Hey, Inspired Tribe, how's it going? Welcome to the Live Inspired live stream. It is November 4th, 2020. It's, well, it's an intense time, let me say that. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. We're affirming that more than ever. In case you haven't noticed, we have entered a new timeline. We have shifted, big shift, and it's starting to unfold. It's beginning to happen, this new timeline. We were pretty much up all of the night and early in the morning. I couldn't help my human self and keep track of what's going on. So it's been, for those of you who live in the United States and for most people across the planet, it has been a very nail-biting night. As much as humans, we come into a situation like this and we start, doubting and looking and whatnot. This was always going to happen. This was always going to happen. And we want to, period of time, jump into the human side of things and just look at not necessarily the numbers, stuff like that, because there's plenty of people out there that do that. Many of them who do it very poorly and some who do it really, really well. But that's not our purpose here. But the human side of things is, what's unfolding, how are we feeling about it? And then we want to move into the bigger perspective, because that's more important than ever. We've received guidance today by EUCY on this. It was a short and sweet, but very, very powerful transmission that we had. And that's exactly what we want to call it. So let's dive into it. So what is happening, and that's sometimes hard to grasp because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. But what's happening, there's a movie playing. There's a play unfolding. And the moving parts sometimes are so close and so real that we cannot see that it is a play that's unfolding. It's a scripted movie that's unfolding. What do I mean by that? These things are always going to happen, because once an energy becomes strong enough, once a momentum becomes strong enough, things start to show up and they surface. And what people don't understand is these are not new things that are now being revealed through this election process, through this political process. It's something that's been there for such a long time. And look at your own life. Look at your own little systems and communities and families. If there's a problem, first, it's kind of hidden. It develops over time. No one talks about it. It's kind of in the background. And when it becomes big enough, it becomes visible. When everyone is ready, it shows itself. That's what where we're at. We're seeing, we're seeing blatant fraud. We're seeing lies. We're seeing deception. We're seeing this now out in the open, something that we have been observing behind the scenes for such a long time. And it felt unreal for such a long time because it wasn't out in the open. You couldn't see it unless you were really looking for it, unless you were really digging deep and you were connecting the dots. But now it's out in the open. It's everywhere. It doesn't matter what TV station you're looking at. It doesn't matter if you're leaning this side or that. It's just out in the open. And we wanted to maybe just touch a little bit, because for those of you who have been with us for a while, who have been following us or who are friends with us on social media, you might have noticed that Kristin and I have put our support behind the president, behind President Trump. But it is definitely not for the reasons that most people think, and not to explain anything, because you should never need to explain that. But really, what caught our attention, we were out of the day-to-day political process just because we've seen so much behind the scenes for a very long time, up until the beginning of this year when COVID started to happen, and we just started paying attention to the president's press conferences and really tuned into the energy and what was going on. And we saw a completely different picture than what is perceived by most people. Now, one thing that we've said this over and over, we don't look at the president as a savior. We don't look at him as, the solver of all problems, as a saint or as this uber figure who's gonna lead us into, the age of enlightenment. But from everything that we've gathered, we believe that his heart's in the right place. We believe that he's playing this important role at this time, and that he's doing the things that help us all to see, help us all to perceive what is happening. And in overall terms, it is a movement for liberty and freedom, and that's something we support. In more specific terms, what has really impressed us is the president's actions to combat human trafficking and child trafficking. That's been one of the biggest hallmarks of his first term. He's the first president to create positions in the administrations that are solely directed at that task, and that in itself is so big, and something that we've so appreciated and we are appreciating. So for those and other reasons, we did and we do support the president. Also, we don't see him as a politician, not a Republican, of course not a Democrat, but basically someone who is understanding how this old power system works, and literally, he literally hijacked one of the parties and created his own movement, and just a really welcome disruption of this whole thing. And that's why we're supporting it. And this disruption was so needed. And we know that a lot of people have been suffering because of the turmoil, because of the chaos. But listen, this is what happens everywhere. When you uncover the problem, first it becomes uncomfortable. That's just the way things are, because change means that you're moving and shifting into different energies. In order to do that, you need to understand what's going on. So that's what's happening. That's a very the human kind of looking at this. Now, we're not going to comment on what's going to happen over the next days or weeks or hours. We do believe that truth and love will prevail. We do believe that the outcome will be positive and beneficial to all. Now, this is crucial for not just for America, for the whole planet. But from a higher standpoint, that's what we've received. That's what is so important, and that's what we've been trying to, in different words, over the last days and weeks, to tell you guys. This is like an activation process. You need to really pay attention to what you feel. It's important to step out of the doubt. It's important to step out of this humaning of this all, where you get caught up in the details, where you get caught up in the statements, where you get caught. Once you start going a little back, look at it as a play. Feel what your part is in this. You have a part in this. No matter where you live on the planet, it doesn't matter if you're in Europe, and if you're in Asia, if you're in America, it doesn't matter. You have a part in this awakening process. You have a part in this transformational process. And to be that now is more important than ever. We have entered a new timeline. This is really, really a new paradigm that we have entered through this, and that we are entering. So it is really, really important to now focus more than ever on that highest part of you, and let that be that dominant vibration in your experience. Because when there is chaos on the outside, when there's turmoil on the outside, then people more than ever look for the ones who stay calm, the ones who are the light, the ones who are balanced, and the ones who seem to have a knowing that most people don't have. So when we doubt, we are disconnected from source. When we are out of balance, we're disconnected from source. When we're fearful, we're disconnected from source, or God, or the universe. When we become aggressive, we're disconnected. When we become violent, we're disconnected. You see where this pattern is going. And the only thing that is holding this old, age-long system in place is instill fear, instill. Where we've done this over and over and over again, we can move into a more empowered state. You know how to do this. You already are these beings. You have already awakened to your true power. You have experienced it so many times. It's your dominant intention to be that. Now be that. The planet, the world, the universe is relying on all beacons of light and of hope to be that now. Literally. Because this is what's holding and moving this in a beautiful direction, in a beautiful, empowering, inspiring direction. The potential for something else is here too. That's always here. So if we don't buy into it, if we don't participate in these in the disruption of the spirit, then we can literally shift the course of all of this, and we already are shifting. This is the most important thing. When you see people that are looking for guidance, they're maybe hopeless, helpless, sad, fearful. Be that no, and you will feel it when you approach. Know you can give guidance. You can give light. But then there's this doubtful voice in your head that says, "Oh, I don't know how I'm going to be perceived. Maybe they'll think I'm weird. Maybe forget all of that. It's time for you to step up and be who you really were meant to be, why you came here. There's a reason why you're here in these times. There were times on this planet where you would have lived a life of 70, 80, 90 lives, all hunky-dory, and boom. But you have chosen these times. You've made a decision to be here just like we have, to fulfill a role, to fulfill a purpose, and yours is unique just as ours is. You can't copy someone else. You can, see and find inspiration, but your path is unique, and that's what we need right now. We need you. We need leaders everywhere, not the ones who are leading a violent revolution, the ones who are leading a revolution of love, a revolution of imagination, of new ideas, of inspiration. We need, as a planet, as a human family, we need all of you to be the brightest light that you can be right now. Wherever you are needed. You're really needed. And you can feel the call. I know so many of you feel the call. Follow that call. It might lead you to do things you've never done before. It might lead you to step on that soapbox that you've never stepped on before and speak publicly. It might lead you to visit a friend or a family member that you haven't visited in a while and offer guidance, wisdom, maybe just presence, maybe just love. Follow that calling. It's there. You will hear it. Seek quietness. Go for a walk. Christine reminds me to become still more often, be in nature a little more often, let go of everything, all impressions, and just be connected to spirit, to the highest, to the creator. That will give you exact guidance, will lead you to the next inspired thought, the next inspired action, the next inspired thing. This is happening. We have entered this new timeline, and this will go for the next period of time. It will be like a roller coaster ride. That's something that on the outside, it's a roller coaster ride, up, down. It won't be calm, and it won't be pleasant on the outside for quite a little bit. But that doesn't mean that we cannot be calm and comfortable and pleasant in our own beings, right? We have that ability. You know how to do that. We've talked about this, the meditations, the practices. You know this, guys. You know this better. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. And not just in the United States, all across the place, because this awakening process that some people have been in for months now, some have been in for years, some have been in for decades, is just beginning to hit a large portion of people. And this was always going to happen. We just didn't know how. We never knew it was going to be the virus thing, and we didn't know that elections were going to trigger that. We couldn't foretell. We could foresee that this time was coming, and the time is here. It's presenting itself. So be aware, be conscious, pay attention. You might receive very special guidance right now. Some of you who've already been open and receptive for guidance like we received from EUCY, we believe this is going to be activated even stronger within you without any effort. It's just going to happen. You're going to feel it, maybe in weird places, maybe at weird times. Set the intention that you only get the highest, that you only receive the highest guidance. Connect with your spirit guides, with the creator. Connect with the creator, with God, with the one and only, omnipresent. Connect, speak, receive, allow, be that. And again, some of that guidance might be very unexpected, weird things that you've never done before, that are usually out of your comfort zone. Trust it. It's important. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Okay, dokie. The love evolution that Lania says, Okay, you guys are talking about that. About the signs, about Scorpio, about barefoot, so grounding. Well, there's an interesting conversation going on. Again, and that's another thing too, tribe. Please connect via email, on the socials, find a way, connect with the tribe, talk to each other. Inspiration call at 7 p.m. Central Standard. If you want to join us, there's still time. Send us an email. For those of you who don't know how these work, meet once a week at 7 p.m. Central Standard. On Wednesdays, it's an empowered and answer questions, processes. It's an always constant forward moving thing. And it's a membership basis, which means it's $69 a month. And you jump on calls with us once a week. You get access to the library of previous calls and very, very empowered journey. And we invite you to come in, try it out today. See what you think, jump on and do it for a month and see what happens. It's just very, very beautiful and always uplifting. And of course, if you feel like it now actually would be a really good time to maybe start with the Inspired One course. They're pre-recorded now, so you can do it on your own time. Their website, so just go and check it out. A very, very empowered journey that Kristin and I were honored to create for you guys. And quite a few of you have already been through the 1, 2, and then the 3. The 3 is only available live. It's not available as a pre-recorded. But the 1 and 2, you can now do, on your own time, and just very powerful practices, processes, and things we have developed, and Kristin has developed, and we've developed together over years that are just working, things that work and create transformation in your life. It doesn't matter if it's, if it's health or wealth or relationship, whatever it is that you desire more of in your life. This is about being your true authentic self and putting yourself in that state where all of these things around you and happen and you attract them. So that's what these courses are about. Again, it's all on our website, inspiredchannel.net. Please check it out, and please be who you were meant to be, your true authentic self. The world, the universe thanks you, appreciates you. It's a powerful time to be alive, positive influencer, to be a true leader, And a true leader is not someone who rules. A true leader is someone who serves lovingly their community with wisdom, with guidance, with kindness, and with love. And those are the leaders we need now. Inspire Tribe. Thank you for joining us. We love you. We'll be here tomorrow, 2 Central Standard. If there's anything very, very unexpected, which is now happening almost every other minute or so, but if there's anything that we feel would be good to share in a live stream, just look at your notifications. We will let you know. We might jump on very spontaneously. We might do that over the moment. Thank you for being with us. As always, you guys inspire us. You're powerful. You're amazing. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard, right here on the Inspired Tribe channel. The light.